Yeah, y'all fired up this Monday, huh? Fired up? At the end of the day, y'all, we know this stuff, but we got to keep going. We got to keep going. That's right. We hear these things. The one thing that kept going off in my mind was, man, I wonder how many of them talk to themselves like this. Like on a day-to-day basis. The things that you just heard in that 10 minutes, in that 9 minutes of video from Les Brown or whoever is speaking, I wonder, do you like talk to yourself that way? Or is it only on these Monday, Wednesday, Fridays for half an hour that we get poured into and we like start to get energized? Is that it? Do Because like this should be a constant. If this gets you going, if this fires you up, if this puts you on a better path for the day, why don't you do it every day? Why don't you do it consistently? I've talked about my mom. My mom doesn't always like when I talk about her, but it is what it is, right? I told my mom, and I've told you guys this before, I think, right? She feels the best after she does her devotional. And my mom has dealt with some like depression things. And so I'm always like, okay, when do you do your devotional, mom? She's like, I do it in the morning. And she's like, that's when I feel the greatest. And I'm like, great. When else do you do it? She's like, that's the only time I do it. I was like, why don't you do it all day? Like you don't have anything else to do. If that makes you feel great, why don't you do it more consistently? Right? Like that's common sense, right? I know we have our systems and things, but like if this makes you feel good, then do that more consistently. Take out the things that aren't making you feel good and put that in. That's my message to you guys, right? Like if this makes you feel good, if this is something that gets you going, it should be happening all day. Why are you listening to the radio when this should be on in your car? Why are you watching TV? If this makes you feel good, if this motivates you every time to get to your dreams, why are you not listening to things like this for 4 hours a day instead of whatever else you do for 4 hours a day? We have to, again, put ourselves in a position to win, y'all. This is all stuff that we just need reminders on, but it's good to hear it over and over again. That's what trains our brain. That's what gets the negative thinking, the stinking thinking out. I wrote down, right? The enemy is in your mind. The enemy is in your mind. So when you have stinking thinking, when you have these negative thoughts, when you can't actually come in and replace your thinking with what you just heard today, with things like that, knowing that you can make it, knowing that it's possible, knowing that you have greatness inside you, like just reminding yourself that when you got negative thinking. We got to start being better with that. If you change your thinking, you change your life. So we got to reprogram ourselves. We got to unlearn and relearn so we can get to the place that we want to go. Discipline your thinking. I wrote down discipline your thinking. That's what this is about. We're undisciplined in our thinking. We're undisciplined in our emotions. We let our thinking and our emotions go willy-nilly and we wonder why we don't get to the life that we want. I know it's hard. I'm not telling you it's easy, but that is what's happening. Our thought life is not good. Why? Because of what we consume, because of what we take in, because of our experiences, because of our old belief system, because of thoughts that we've been had that we say, that's me. If you are on the call, you say, that's me, we're missing the boat. You can be whoever you want to be. By you saying, that's me, that's a past version of you, which means it's going to get past results. Where you are here right now because of your past thinking, because of who you've been, because of your thoughts you've had up to this point. If you want to get to the next place, you've got to be able to change your thinking. It's not about who you are, it's about who you're becoming. The positive self talk. Remove yourself from your story. You have to talk to yourself better. You are not. I heard a guy say this yesterday. He was like, when we say things like, I'm unproductive or I procrastinate, that's attaching you to the story, to the day. But he said, if you remove yourself from that and just say, hey, I had an unproductive day. I'm not unproductive. I don't procrastinate. But like today, I had an unproductive day. I had an unfocused day. I, I was a little lazy today, but I'm not lazy. I'm not unproductive. I'm right. Like how we talk to ourselves, how we remove ourselves from who we think we are. The story that we're telling ourselves about who we are is a limiting belief that has us exactly where we are today. If you can remove yourself from that, remove yourself from your story, speak more positively to yourself, your life will change curious, how many of y'all still have your dream machine going? I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday, and I said, one of the challenges with being in a business like ours, or right, like really coaching people or helping people, is a lot of times we've shut down our dream machine. Like we literally don't believe that like it could be better, like life could be better up ahead. We just stay in the motions, in the day to day, but we stop dreaming. We stop dreaming of the light. Like we are almost pessimistic about the dream, right? I'm gonna work until I die, right? Like we're like it never gets better. We're so pessimistic. Is your dream machine still on? Like, do you still dream heavily? You still want things? You still get that burning, that fire inside of you? Like, man, I can't wait till this. Because if not, that's probably your first work. That's probably your first work is to figure out like, where's the fire? Is the pilot lit? Right? I was walking around a stove yesterday, and my daughter was like, "Oh, the burner's on." I was like, "No, it's just the pilot, right? It has to keep a little bit of flame so it can reignite the flame on the stove. It's just the pilot. Is your pilot lit? Is there a flame? Is there something that's like, oh man, once I turn this thing on, boom, now I'm going?" I would challenge you to turn that dream machine back on if you don't have it on. By the way, if you don't have it on, you probably need to do what I said at the beginning of this, which is take some time for yourself. Maybe you need to take a weekend for yourself away. No family, no inputs, nothing, just you. Maybe you need that in order to get the dream machine going again. Because otherwise, what are we doing it for, ladies and gentlemen? What are we doing it for? You got to stand up for your dreams. You got to stand up for your dreams. That's what this is about. I want y'all to be the people that go off and design your ideal life. We are not okay with mediocre. We're not okay with average. We're not okay just getting by, getting by. We're not okay with paycheck to like that. That's not our life. Like you're not on these calls to get inspired and get motivated and to change your thinking to just live average. It's so you can go do something great with your life. No matter what age and stage you are, you still have greatness in you, but it's going to require you to become a different person. That's always the message. It's going to require you to become a different person. And that's good. That's the learning. That's the growing. The key is you never stop trying. You keep pushing. You never give up. You got to have this in your spirit. This is how you've got to be able to move through life. You have to be the person that has the energy, that has the light. You heard, I think it might have been Les Brown saying like, that person that's the diamond in the rough. You can spot it on them. Like, oh man, that guy's got it. That lady's got it. Why? Because of their energy, because of their passion, because of the way they speak, because of how they think, because of that energy that pulls you in. That's got to be you. That's got to be you. That's how you get to the life that you want. It's like you have to have the energy. You have to have the passion. And the key is you got to never give up. Life is going to knock you down, but you cannot just lay down. You have to get back up. You got to keep going. It's okay to slow down. It's not okay to stop. You're going to get knocked down. It might be a slow count getting back up, but you got to go. You got to keep the vision. You got to keep thinking about your vision. You got to keep heading in that direction, ladies and gentlemen. And we don't let adversity get in the way. We don't let the adversities of life be the reason why we don't get to where we want to go. What you have to know is adversity, like it says here in our text, is the catalyst of mental toughness. It's literally what makes you tough. It's literally what gets you to the place where you have the capacity to handle the life you're asking for. I wish people understood this as I speak to them when it's the first, second time me meeting them, that their life could change if they literally just embrace the adversity that they go through and use it to get to their vision. That's the key. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, it says it again. Adversity is the catalyst of mental toughness. It says champions believe if you remove the adversity, you remove the victory. Again, champions believe. Is that your belief? That if you remove the adversity, you remove the victory? Or do you think if you remove the adversity, your life will get better? If you remove all the hard stuff, I'm going to be good. How you think about it, right? How you think about it. If you change your thinking, you change your life. If you change your thinking, you change your life. As a result, it says they tend to view adversity as a challenge through which learning and growing occurs. Their worldview is evident in the way they describe the adversities they face. While average people choose the path of least resistance, world-class performers operate at a higher level of awareness. They understand that stress and struggle are the key factors in becoming mentally tough. While average people watch television, hang out at happy hour, the great ones continue to push themselves mentally and physically to the point of exhaustion. Only then will you see them rest and recover in situations. Adversity to average people equals pain. Adversity to world-class performers is their mental training ground. It's how they become mentally tough. Average people scorn adversity. Those who are world-class don't welcome adversity, yet they see it as the ultimate catalyst for mental growth, as well as the contrast needed to recognize the beauty of life. Don't wish away your adversity, ladies and gentlemen. It's supposed to be hard. If you are fighting for a dream, if you're fighting for a dream, like a life that like you can only envision in your mind, a relationship you can only envision in your mind, a health, a body that you can only envision in your mind, finances, your spiritual, like the vision that you have, a dream. If you're fighting for that, it's supposed to be hard. You think the enemy wants you to get to your dream? Do you think he wants you to get there's got to be resistance. So don't wish away the resistance. Great Jim Rohn quote you hear me say all the time. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish life was easier. Don't wish your situation was easier. I wish you were better. I wish you thought better about your situation. I wish you changed your thinking around the relationships, your boundaries, your personal health, your personal finance. I wish you thought differently about it so you could get a different perspective so that you can take different actions so you can get to a different life. And when people talk I have a lot of people that talk to me when they sometimes, I do have the empathetic side. You guys always get the hardcore me, right? Every once in a while, right? But I do have the empathetic side, right? Those of you that sit down with me one-on-one know I'm always not like this, right? I do listen. I do care, right? When I talk to a group, right? If I hit you, I didn't mean to miss you type of thing, right? I'm just going to say what I'm feeling. But I hear a lot of people that go through things. And that saying that we often say, like, man, I'm sorry you got to go through that. Oh, man, I'm sorry you're going through that. Oh, man, that's so rough. I'm sorry you're doing that. I'm sorry that happened to you. We say that a lot when we try to console. I don't believe that, though. I'm actually not I'm not sorry that you go through that because I know what that does for you if you handle it properly. Pain plus reflection equals progress. So I know that the more pain you go through, if I can help you through that so that you can shift it, you're going to become a monster. You're going to become a beast of life. Like you are going to actually grow into the man or woman God called you to be. So whatever adversity, I'm actually, right? Like I, I'm not sad. I just want you to use it properly because I know that the adversities we go through is the catalyst for you getting to the life you want, whatever that is. Everything that you go through is setting you up to become the man or woman that God called you to be. If you see it that way, if that's your perspective, or if we're just the complainers, the ones that wish it all away, the ones that say, "Oh, I wish life was easier. Oh, I wish I was on a beach." Right? We're not reflecting on the pain. We're not getting better. That's what we got to do, y'all. We got to get better. We got to continue to face this adversity head on. You got to continue to keep pushing and know that, yes, life may not get easier, but you're going to get stronger. You're going to get more mentally, emotionally tough. You're going to be able to handle what comes your way. And it's going to feel like life is getting easier because you're doing the work. That's my encouragement to you. That's my prayer for you is that we all go out and do the work. This is the last week of February, y'all. This is crazy, right? This is literally the last week of February. We're about to be 2 months into 2026. Take a look, reflect. How have you been thinking about life? How have you been thinking about your days? Have you been putting in the time and effort to grow, to learn, to become? Time is ticking. We're almost 60 days down in the year. We got to go make this thing happen, y'all. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. People are counting on you. People are counting on you. I know you might not see it right now, but people are counting on you to win. They're counting on you to get this information. They're counting on you to apply it. They're counting on you to be the backbone, to have the capacity to handle all the family struggles and the financial thing. Like, they're counting on you, but you got to go do the work. And we're all here to make that thing happen. Go out, push yourself today out of your comfort zone. Let's come back here on Wednesday and do it again. Love you guys. Take care.